So now we can recap, catch up, because there is a track day in between Florida and your last one. So
yeah.
We'll start with that. He's just wandering.
Yeah.
Andrew, stay out of the background.
Yeah, sitting there for a minute. We'll try not to make this too long so the rest is cool. Ready?
Yeah.
Is it on?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Just go.
So I don't know where to start. I mean, that's pretty self-explanatory, but I guess we could start from after we got back from Florida. You know, like the whole entire process of this was build this car and go threes. We went 41.25 right off the bat down in Florida, which was great. But, you know, obviously we got back here. That was the end of February. We got back here. And in Michigan, it's winter until, you know, it's finally past the cold part and the up and down weather and this, and now it's just raining all the time. But so we waited until April 12th or whatever it was. 7th, April 7th. So we scooted down to 131 for a rental. The weather was very questionable. It was kind of cold in the morning, so the track was really tough to get to temp, but Samuel does an excellent job. He got it up and going. It was a little chilly at first, but we made do. A little bit of a delay. But anyways, we scooted out. It was a Sunday, so it was easy for the guys and I to leave. We went down to the track. First pass down, burst the burst panel. It loses crank sync. We have no idea why. Came back to the pits, double checked everything, and I mean, mechanically it was sound. There was no reason. So we're unsure why I did that. That was super strange. Whatever. Moving past, we had a friend about 45 minutes away with the burst panel. He ended up showing up the track with it. We put it in, went out there, pow, 406 at 181. Didn't touch the boost, just shortened the ramp, left a little harder on the two-step, and it's like, awesome, cool, reset the record. Go back, kind of check plugs, change plugs, add a little bit of boost to it, shorten the ramp a little more, go out. Can't remember which was first, but I think I spun on, no, I didn't spin on that pass. I get off, takes off really good. It's the quickest new best to the 330. Car felt strong. All of a sudden I hit the rev limiter and I'm like, what in the is going on here? I looked down, the shift linkage is loose. One of the bolts fell out. So I was like, you gotta be kidding me. Wheel back to the thing. Andrew put some Loctite in it. We Loctite it, tighten it back up. Excuse me. And now it's like clouds are rolling in, it's sprinkling, there's delays, a little bit of time goes by, we get out there, get ready to make another pass. I'm like, this is gonna be good. Hammer it, goes new best of the 60 foot, 1020, knocks the tire off at like 80, 90 feet out of him. I'm like, son of a. We come back to the staging lanes, come back to the pits, get everything ready to go again, and then the rain set in. So anyways, we went down there, we ended up making one good pass, collected some data on the other two. The car went like 3.3 Gs, and I'm like, this is gonna be awesome. Because on the 40-60 pass, it went like 3.2. On the 41-25s, it went like 3.1. So I'm like, this is gonna be it. We actually have a 3-second car. This is wild. Like, when I built this car, I thought to myself, how cool would that be? And I'm gonna try not to be cocky about it because I don't like being that way, but I'm also going to say it's going to do it because I think it actually can. I don't think it's going to be easy, but I think it's totally achievable. But at the same time, it's an absolute pipe dream. That's kind of wild. Like, there's a reason no one else has done it, right? So we come back here, kind of just like, man, hopefully the weather shapes up so we can get back to the track. And then finally we had a Thursday event just pop up, and we ended up, Andrew and I took the day off, scooted down to the track. Tim met us there, Alex met us there. We get out, first pass, knocks the tire. Don't get too discouraged because it was 30 degrees overnight. Let the track get some temp in it. The sun's out, you know. Kind of a cool day, but it's shaping up to about 67, 68, about 70. Like, all right, I'm not going to touch nothing. Go back out there, run a 404. I'm like, cool. Great starting point. We're whittling it down. We're not getting aggressive yet. So I keep hammering the 60 foot until we go 1.0002. And I'm like, awesome. I'm not sure how much better this is going to get, but that's pretty phenomenal. Like, to go a 1.000260 with a turbo car. So, I mean, plenty of people have done it, but like, it's this kind of a smaller motor, kind of a simpler combo. So it's, I mean, big deal for me. I've never been 1.0. So I was like, awesome, I think this is what it's going to take. So we go 10002 and it lands us at like a 403, and I'm like, man, I was really hoping the 60 would pick up more than that for the elapsed time, but I haven't added any power out back, just kind of leaving harder and shortening the ramp. So I was like, well, at this point, I don't think the car is going to go a 950, 60 or anything crazy like that. So I was like, I'm just going to start adding a crazy amount of boost pressure because it's not really picking up at this point. So I just was like, I'm going to put 25 more on the dome, and whatever it makes, it makes. So I commanded the fuel tech to make 25 more PSI on top of where we were. And I turned the boost safety to like 100 and just let it ride. To my surprise, it went from 48 pounds of boost to 57 and 58 pounds of boost. Didn't pick up as much mile an hour, I thought, but I didn't really care at that point because it went 397 with 58 pounds of boost with the same ramp as the 10, and it did a 1004 60 or whatever it was on that one. And the whole world was complete. My life was complete at that point. Everything I built since day one, the start was, I just want to go 399s. Well, guess what? I went 397 on the 3rd track day, on the 12th complete pass. I don't think it gets any better than that. So we go back, check over the car, put some fuel in it, put a fresh set of plugs in it. Actually, we didn't at that pass because we didn't have any more plugs, so I didn't bring enough. I wasn't prepared. And, well, I mean, I just didn't think I was going to use all of them. But so put some fuel in it, check it all over. I'm just thinking, well, I guess I'll put 10 more on the scramble and see what it does. So turn the scramble button on the steering wheel for the bump button, and then go out there and hit the scramble before it even makes the shift. It finally wheelied the car for like 60 to 70 feet, and I must have just, I drive with one hand because I'm weird, so I'm driving it, I must have just steered a little bit. So like when the tires came back down, the car kind of steered around a little ways and I had to drive it. It was the first time, it didn't get out of shape, but the first time it actually didn't drive straight and easy and smooth. So it felt fast as shit. It felt super fun. I was like, this is badass. I got all excited. I'm like, this is gonna be it. Hit the parachute, coasted to a 650 at 150 in the quarter. I'm just all smiles at this point because the car felt faster than it did on the 397 pass. And I'm like, yeah, this has got to be good. Those guys come back and they're like, yeah, 398. And I'm like, dang it. But it did lose. It was the same 60 basically. It did lose from the 60 to 330 probably because I was driving it like this. So I was like, I'm not mad. This is awesome. So at that point, the track was closing. So we packed up and then headed home. And it's the best feeling I had in a long time. So it's pretty awesome that we put this car together in this shop from top to bottom, front to back, minus painting the body, which thankfully Nathan from Single Source Composites did that before we got the car. Wasn't too fond of the color choice in the beginning, but now that we get it out in the sunlight and we got that sweet ass wing and stuff, it looks pretty cool. So I'll take it, it'll deal with it. If we, this front clip, obviously, as you can see, there's a whole lot of air that gets through it. So it's not, this clip was made in like 1986. I'll have Dick post a picture of it. It's really cool looking. It was an old bracket car, the body was. So it's, as you can imagine, the front clip's rather heavy. They didn't really plan on probably going over about 130 mile an hour, because back then if you went like 130 in the quarter, you were pretty badass.
Bracket guys still go 130.
A lot of them still do, yeah. Yeah, we played with the hood, we braced it more. It still wants, it's not ripping the hood off, but it's uncomfortably pushing the hood up, however you want to call it. So I ran it without the hood again because I just really didn't want to damage another $2,000 carbon hood, which I already did anyway. So it's got a crack in the center, and then the wastegate tubes, when it lifts up a little bit, they start burning it. And then, yeah, okay, cool. So we're just gonna polish it up and re-clear it one more time, and it'll just be a for show hood, for show, you know. And I won't race with it, but I'm gonna sweet talk Nathan into making me a new front clip for this. Probably be late summer, over the winter. It's no rush, obviously, at this point. But we're gonna do a lower valence because this one's still, this is actually the highest point of the body on this car. The front clip, the front bumper actually goes up. So
you gonna do the IROC Z front clip?
Yeah, like the newer. I like this one. I truly do.
I really like the IROC Z with the lower valence though.
But it sucks for drag racing. So I was even thinking about getting really stupid and just making it like, having to make it like one piece with no headlight buckets and stuff. Because at this point, it really doesn't matter how it looks.
This matters how it performs.
If it makes the car go 2 or 3 miles an hour faster and doesn't want to fling the hood, if this car had a sealed off front like the Fox body, like every Fox body front end in the world, you know, even like the newer Coyotes and stuff, they have like a really nice rounded, you know, smoothed off front. You can't trap air in something or it will slow it down. It's like a backwards parachute underneath the hood. It lifts up like, you know, 2 or 3 inches going 170, 180. So it's obviously slowing the car down. It's obvious because it pushes the hood up. You can't get it out fast enough. So if we can make a front clip a little more aerodynamic conscious, which is why a lot of reasons people don't run, you know, 3rd gen Camaros, is because like aerodynamically they're not great. I mean, this is a big lip. That's a lip. This is another pocket of holding, and everyone's like, put headlight covers on it. It's like, cool, yeah, that'll work for one of the 6 holes in this front end. There's still air going through all those chambers. And even when the car is riding down the track, it doesn't have 30 inches of extension, so the front end of the car is pointing up a little bit because the wing is so functional and pushes the car back down. But anyways, I don't want to babble too much from here. I think we got the point across. You know, everyone on the internet, they're doing their own shit talking, so that's great. Like, keep it up. It just fuels me. Doesn't hurt my feelings. Can't really hurt my feelings very easy. I don't have a lot of those. But
a lot of special people out there.
Yeah, the Coyote LS shit on each other thing it's really funny because it's none of us that are fast. Like, oh, with Brett's badass. Brett's car is fast as shit. Brett's car is awesome. You don't see me talking crap about it. You see all the people with 10-second Mustangs like, my man Brett's so much faster than every LS in the world. You guys are funny. Keep it up because it's hilarious. Like, all of us fast guys are sitting back laughing at you guys. It's pretty funny. Like, you guys want us to hate each other more than we hate each other. If that makes any sense. It doesn't make any sense. Anyways, John Jock's building his new truck, you know. I hope he comes and takes the record back from me. That is a very cool competitive nature. Like, the truck should be awesome. I hope it's fast. It better be fast, or else might as well sell it, John. But no, I'm just kidding. I hope he comes and takes a record, and not because I'm mad at him or I hate him. It's because it's going to drive me to do better, and then it's going to drive him to do better, and then it's going to drive me to do better. You guys see how that works? We're building off of each other. We're getting better off from each other. We're not bringing each other down. So that's the cool part about this stuff, is we actually want to see this. I've been trying to push this platform for the last 6 years. I want to see it continue to grow. I'm not the first one to do it. I'm not going to be the last one to do it. I'm not some trendsetter. I just stuck with the same combination and I didn't deviate from my plan. But at the end of the day, it boils down to, like, we're all feeding off from each other. This is how we grow. This is how this is getting better. This is how Johnson's getting better with lifters. BTR and all these guys are getting better with the camshaft lobe design. Like, this is how we improve parts. We push things to a new boundary. So I'm gonna wrap that up there because I'll babble all day long. We just wanted to get something out, quick rundown. We'll add a bunch of videos and a few pictures and stuff. But yeah, new hydraulic world record, LS. 397 at 185 on that one. It went 185.7 on the next pass, but drove like a little bit snaky down the track. So yeah, we'll catch you guys next time then.